Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a lovely day today. So for today's video, I'm super excited because we're going to be doing the second update for my Pan palette this year. And I'm so excited to update you guys. This video might seem like it's coming up. Well, it is coming up a month after I posted the last one. But that is just because I posted that one too late. So yeah. Anyway, if you enjoy videos like this, please leave a like because it really does help my channel out. And if you want to stay up to date with my updates, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss when I post new updates. And also because I'm really trying to hit 700 subscribers before my birthday and we're so close, so I would love if you could help me reach that goal. But yeah, let's just jump straight on into it. So just in case you're new around here or just in case you forgot, the palette that I am trying to pan this year is the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. Arguably one of my favorite palettes that I ever brought from like the old days of makeup. This was the first high-end palette that I brought, and the fact that it had barely any use on it made me sick, so I decided to change that. So I feel like I just need to put like a quick from the intro to now of what the palette is looking like, because I feel like you guys need to see, because there will be some changes that I'm pretty sure you'll be able to notice. So as you can see, we have quite a fair bit to talk about, so let's get into it. So the very first shade is Ounce. Now I only use this as an inner corner and a brow bone shade. Sometimes I'll use it like all over my lid if, you know, I'm just wanting to add a little bit of a shimmer all over my lid and brighten up the eye, but it's very rare that I do that. Anyway, as of the last update, I used this shade 15 times, 27 times total, so we're creeping up on that 30 uses mark, and obviously, as you will see in the progress pictures, it's starting to get a nice little dip going on it. Like, I'm actually really happy with how it's going. I don't think it's anywhere near close to hitting pan, but we're making progress there. So this is what Ounced is looking like. If I just give you guys like a little bit of a close up, hopefully you can see that little dip there. I'm super happy with how this is going, and yeah, I feel like the use on this one is great because every single time I do my makeup, I use this shade. Even if I don't do eyeshadow, I always like to do a little bit of inner corner and brow bone highlight, and I still always reach for this. So yeah. The next shade is Chaser, which is one that I was a little bit nervous about, I'm not gonna lie. So I had a goal to use every single shade once, and I have done that. Just so you know, every single shade got used these past 2 months. But Chaser, I actually went a little bit over. I used it 3 times, and I'm actually happy to say that the shade is now looking a little bit more used. Obviously, there's no dips or anything in the pan, but there's disturbance there, and I'm actually happy with that. So I've used this shade 8 times now in total. 3 times since the last update is how many times I used it. I can't remember where I said that, but I'm quite happy with how this shade is going, and yeah, I'm just finding ways to make it work so that I can use it more often. So here is Chaser right here. Just give you a little close up so you can see that disturbance in that pan. Yeah, I'm quite happy with it. I really am. So then the next shade is Sourced, which I'm so excited to update you guys on. So I used Sourced a total of 10 times since the last update, and we did hit pan. I hit pan after 6 uses, but it was 17 uses total it took me to hit pan on this. And I have now used it 21 times all together. So I just wanted to expand that pan a little bit for you so it looked really good. And obviously I will have the before and after pictures up for you. I'm so happy with this. And now I have like a good idea of how deep these pans are. I know it's gonna take me a while to hit pan on a lot of the other shades, but we're making progress, and that's all that matters. And I finally have pan on 1 shade, which great. So here is that pan in all its glory. I'm definitely going to try to expand this every single month. I think I want to make sure that I'm just reaching for that, just to expand that pan quite a bit. But now let's move on to the next shade, which is Low Blow. So Low Blow, I actually did really well on. I used it 14 times since the last update, and I've now used it 17 times total. And it's definitely looking a lot more used now. I'm really happy with how it is looking. No dip or anything like that, but yeah, disturbance in the pan. And I thought after 14 uses it might look a little bit different, but it just now looks like it has been used, like a decent amount. So yeah, you'll obviously see it in the before and after pictures, but I'm just a little bit gutted. I thought it would look a little bit more used than this, but it's such a pigmented shade that I hardly use any of it when I actually use it. So I think that is why. So there is Low Blow for you. As you can see, just nicely disturbed pan, which I'm happy to see. So the next shade is one of the shades that I only used once, and I've actually got it on my eyes today, and that is Lumbar, which I don't know why I struggle to use this shade. I feel like it's because I actually don't reach for the shimmers a whole lot in this palette, because I feel like they always make the eyes look so dark, and that's not always what I'm going for, so yeah, I feel like that's why. But anyway, Lumbar I had only used once, and now I have used it 3 times total, and yeah, it's just looking, it's looking used. It's the most used shimmer in this palette apart from the Inner Corner and Brow Bone highlight shade. So I'm happy with how this pan is looking. I just really want to make sure I use it a little bit more. So there is Lumbar for you right there. Such a beautiful shade, honestly. And then next to that, we have He Devil. Now, He Devil, I only used once. Since the last update, I have now used it 6 times total. And yeah, it just looks used. I don't really know how else to say it. It looks used, but nothing crazy. So that's He Devil right there. A really, really like deep but kind of bright red tone shade. So yeah, I need to get a little bit more use on that one. And then the next shade I have also only used once. I'm sorry. And that is Dirty Talk. Now, I am not a fan of this shimmer. It literally makes my eyes look so dark every single time I use it. And I feel like that's why I struggle so much with it. So yeah, I've only used it once. I've used it once since starting this project. That's it. I've not used it anymore. And I don't think I'm going to use it all that much, but I will try. So obviously the pan's not going to look any different. It hardly looks used, to be honest, and that's because it is hardly used. I've literally used it once. So yeah, there is Dirty Talk for you there. Obviously not a whole lot to say, but I am trying, guys. Then I have a little bit of a disappointing one. So Scorched, which was supposed to be one of my focus shades, and my focus shades, just in case you guys had forgotten, I'm supposed to try to use 10 times. I only used it twice, and it's because it's a shimmer. I just don't like the shimmers in this palette. Like, they're just too dark. They take the eye, they just make the eyes look so dark, and I just don't really like that look. I prefer using shimmers to brighten up the first portion of my eye. But yeah, anyway, I only used it twice, so yeah, it's really not looking very used, and I am a little bit disappointed in myself with this shade, to be honest. So that one is Scorched right there. It is what it is at the end of the day. And then the next shade is Cayenne, or Cayenne, I'm not really sure how you say it, which was my other focus shade, and I used this shade 11 times since the last update, and I've now used it 12 times total, and I think that this shade is looking so much more used. It has like a little dip forming in the middle, and yeah, it just looks used. I don't know whether the dip will be able to come up on camera, but I can definitely see it in person. So yeah, I'm really happy with the shade. So hopefully you're able to see the little dip there, but I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it on camera. So the next shade is En Fuego. Now, I'm so happy with how this shade is going, and I'm so happy with how well I'm using it, to be honest. So since the last update, I've used it 8 times, which is amazing. And I've now used it 10 times total. And we have a really, really nice dip forming in it, because I like to use this for winged liner a lot of the time. And yeah, I'm just really happy with how it is looking. So hopefully you'll be able to see the nice little dip forming in the middle there. But yeah, I'm just really going to try and work hard on hitting pan on probably this shade, to be honest, because I think it's the closest I could come to hitting pan, to be honest with you. So there is En Fuego, and as you can kind of see when I tip it this way, there's a nice hefty dip forming in the middle there where I dip my liner brush in. I'm just so happy with how this shade performs as a wing liner, to be honest with you. And because I have like greeny bluish eyes, it just makes my eyes pop. So I love it. It's so subtle and I really, really like it. The next shade is Ashes. Now, I was nervous about this shade because it's a dark purple and I don't really use like dark purples on my eyes. However, I also like this for a winged liner shade, and I also like doing like funky patterns on my eyes with it. So there's a nice dip forming in this one too, because I only use it for winged liner. I will never use this all over my eye. It's just way too dark and the wrong colour for my eyes. So I've used it 5 times since the last update, and I've now used it 8 times in total. And yeah, we have a really nice dip in it. I'm really happy with how this is looking, and hopefully I can just continue to use it a few times every single month and eventually hit pan is the goal. So there is Ashes there, and hopefully you can see that nice little dip that is forming there. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. And then the last shade I'm just going to be very quick with, it is Ember. Now I have used it once and I did really like how my eyeshadow looked when I used it. So I've used it once since the last update, and I've only used it once all in all, so it was my first time using the shade. However, I did really like how my eyes looked. I liked how when I turned my head, it was like a duochrome. It like shone like a really nice bronzy shade. I really liked it. However, the undertone to this is pretty much black, so as I was trying to blend it out with the other shades, none of the shades in here are like a deep dark black. They're like really warm browns and reds, so I just felt like it looked a little bit out of place. But now that I have used it, I know how to use it, hopefully. So hopefully I can use it a little bit more. I'm hoping to get at least 2 more uses on it next update, so hopefully double how many times I use it every single time is what I'm gonna hope for, I think. Why does my phone always go off when I film? It drives me mad. So there is Ember on the end there, which is obviously still gonna look pretty much brand new because I've only used it the once. So that is my little update for you guys. So I think my focus shades, I haven't even really thought about this. I think my focus shades for the next update, I think my focus shade is gonna be En Fuego, and what other shade shall I pick? I think I might do En Fuego and Low Blow, just to make sure I'm using Low Blow enough to dig down into it a little bit more. So I'm gonna pick Low Blow and En Fuego for my focus shades. So my focus shades, I want to try and hit 10 uses on each of them before the next update, and I think that should be quite easily achievable. They're both matte shades, so I shouldn't struggle with that at all. There's no excuse for me not to use them. And yeah, as always, my other goal is to use every single shade at least once before the next update, which shouldn't be too tricky. So super exciting update. Obviously we have one new pan, which is amazing, and I don't think we'll have a new pan next update, but I think not next update, but the update after that, we should have another pan, I'm hoping, if I keep working the way I am. But yeah, I'm really happy with the way this is going. If you're enjoying it, please leave a like, it really does help me out. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss when I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, and also so that you don't miss these updates, because you don't want to miss them. But yeah, thank you guys so much for sitting down and chatting with me today. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.